you're good. Yeah.
Okay, recording's going.
Cool. So we're not going to tour today, which is fine. I shuffled everything around. It actually works flawlessly because next week will be the end of the dungeon. So where we last left you off, you were all inside Jesper's workshop. The door was just kicked in by Pyre and Thea, and you realize that your not your I wouldn't say friend, but your contact. I don't know. What would you call Kai?
You mean the captive?
Yeah.
Yeah, our captive.
Yeah,
Captive? Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll go with that term. You realize he was part of a cult who got kicked out, and another cult came in, a blood cult, and is trying to find the secrets to an ancient, lost weapon of destruction.
It's an atom bomb.
It's what? It's not an atom bomb, okay? It's magic newt. No.
It's a nuke either way.
A mook, if you please.
No. Just for as a question for the DM to the characters, how is Ash and Kier reacting seeing their mentors kick down this door? I forgot to ask this last time.
Kier would definitely look like he has questions, but that can wait till we return.
Mm-hmm.
Given the importance of the situation, it makes sense to Ash. He doesn't really question it too much.
All right, cool, excellent. So, obviously, Jesper, Thea would pay for the door,
Yep.
Which the next day the goblins would fix it really quickly. It's no big deal. So the next day, I'm assuming you all head out. Before you head out, is there any last minute shopping you would like to do? With what little gold you guys have?
We got
Any
money.
questions?
We got money from last job. How much money we get? We have 50 GP. I actually have to save money because I got to send some money to Yemik sooner or later. So nothing for me. I already got. Let's see. I made 3 potions of healing last time, right?
Yes, you did.
Okay, I have 3 healing remedies. Noted that down. Okay. Then I think I'm good.
Besides picking berries, which we can do at any time, I'm good.
Yes, yeah. I said along the way you were gonna pick some berries and stuff, so you're good on that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Here, Courtson.
I'm here. Yeah.
Okay. Make sure. All right. So you all do some last minute things. Grab some rations and waters. Kai sheepishly tries to not go, but I'm more than sure, Courtson, you just pick him
Grab
up.
him by the collar. Just
Yeah,
like, yep,
exactly.
we're going.
Yeah. Water Droplet is right next to you the entire way. He seems excited to prove himself to you in combat.
I would turn and say to Water Droplet as we're assuming we're walking towards the dungeon. Now I want you to be very careful when we're in there. Don't run into any traps or anything like that. Stand behind me. Your main purpose is to make sure that this piece of crap does not run away. Here's your responsibility, alright?
Water Droplet would bow deeply, and he would say, "Of course, Master Quartz."
Good.
I would watch him as if he was your own child to make sure that he neither gets away nor gets injured.
That's
Well-
very creepy, but I very much appreciate the sentiment.
Do we really care if he gets injured?
I mean,
We need him
he swore
alive.
it already. It's
Hey,
too
I
late
would-
now.
We need him alive. But
Kai would raise a hand. You need me to decipher anything, possibly, probably. I don't know. Just throwing it up there. I am smart.
If only we had a wizard. That's part.
Yes, if we only had a whip-wielding wizard who could cast spells like Identify.
At level 6, by your rules, I get 2 characters. Gonna bring him back.
Oh no, that's for the old rules of the Western Marches. You shush.
No, it's
Wait,
still on there.
like,
It's still on
do we
there.
need somebody to cast Identify? Because I can still do that.
I can cast it as a ritual, which would save spell. Yeah. Kai's trying to oversell himself at this point, afraid that you guys are going to use him as like a trap tester or something like that.
Oh, don't worry. You're not going to use this trap tester. You're far too valuable alive.
For now.
For now.
Are you kidding me?
I would-
Look at all the blood I can get out of this guy.
I would do everything I can to make sure I stay worthy alive and not tortured or severely maimed.
Tortured? Why would we torture you? That's
I
such
don't
a
know.
silly thing to say. He just like is scratching his head with his trident.
Do you have information that might be valuable to get tortured out of?
Answer that, because either way, either I get tortured or I die. So
You're
fuck
beginning
me.
to fully understand your situation.
You're not afraid of spiders, are you?
I am severely afraid of most creepy crawling small insects.
Oh,
Good
boy.
to know.
Perfect.
Oh
It's
no.
wonderful. These ones aren't small.
Hey,
These
look,
things are
No,
giant.
no, it's not to be tortured. I mean, I love them. I love them. Yeah, bring them on. I would cuddle with a spider. Yeah, I'm definitely afraid of cute, fluffy bunnies. That's what I'm afraid of. I misunderstood your question.
All right,
Oh.
I'm
You
gonna
really
go
just
now.
are the lowest link of man, aren't you?
Oh, but dear lord. This poor fool doesn't know about spider bunnies.
What?
Oh, the poor thing. The world's a
Yeah.
dark place.
So the entire time he's gonna have nightmares of spider bunnies now. So you would travel across the country. Like I said, you have to go all the way to basically, to the western side of West Goldak. It's like several days over, or just over a week's worth of travel.
Oh wait, so it's like
all
way
the
over
way.
here?
Yeah, it's like right here.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. This
we-
continent is huge.
Can we take the okay, so this is the place we went through before. Can we take the cart again or like rent a cart to make this faster?
Torbane has a cart, so you're all good.
Okay.
And a single donkey. So you all won't be able to ride, but you're able to put your stuff on there, so it's not as much stuff you have to carry. You also have Water Droplet, who would carry almost anything without questioning you, Quartzen. And also Kai, you could probably strong arm him to carry any supplies.
Okay.
But he's obviously not as strong as Water Droplet.
Okay, question about Goldak, because I know this is the area we were in last time. Is it mostly desert? Is it kind of like Egypt, but with water?
So it's like Africa, where a large portion of it is desert, but the outer edges of it is mostly jungle or other terrains. Like right there between Osgard and West Goldak is more mountainous and hilly.
Okay.
Before it turns into desert. But as you won't be traveling straight through the desert. That'd be too harsh on you guys weather-wise. You would probably more than likely follow the main road that goes right along the edge toward Rosenlee capital, but you'll stop way ahead of time and go off the main road for the dungeon
Okay.
or the tomb, whatever it's called.
2 questions. One,
Two answers.
One, can I gather up materials like on the trip? And 2, is it stable enough in the cart to use my alchemy supplies to try to make more potions on the way? This is gonna take I realize it's gonna take a several-day trip.
Yeah. So for your first question, supplies, not really, because you're on the main road where it's there's nothing worthwhile to pick up. There's no rare ingredients or unique animals to stop by and get. And then for your second question, no, it's not. But at nighttime, you can part of your long rest if you're able to do anything with potions easily.
Nothing I can't do without supplies. I had supplies for the healing stuff before. I need to get more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So along the road, you'll be able to stop in like towns and stuff and get like a cheap inn. You'll be maybe able to buy like simple like water or like anything for a health potion, for example. But you're not gonna be able to buy things to make anything new.
Yeah. I just want to make more. I just want to make more health potions, real healing remedies.
Yes. So you're able to make those easily. Yes.
Okay. Do I have to roll a check for that, or what?
Is that what you had? How do the healing remedies work again?
It's 1d4 plus 1, 3 healing remedies, and you just have me make an alchemy supply check, and a guy had gathered materials on our road back, if I remember correctly.
Is healing remedies, is that something I gave you, or is that something in the book? I forget.
You call it a less potion of healing. I just call it a healing remedy because it made more sense.
Oh, lesser potion. So yes, lesser potion of healing. Those are just like, so they're just lesser healing potions. All they are. So you can make healing potions. You can make lesser healing potions, like normal 5e rules.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna roll an alchemy supply check, and you can tell me how many I make.
So you're not gonna be able to get supplies on the way there. You either have to buy them with the gold costs, or once you're at the temple, if you want to spend time before going in, you can do that.
Okay, I'll just spend on it. I already got 3. I think that's good enough for early game.
Yeah. because there are 1d4 plus 1 healing. Well, the normal healing potions are 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah.
And each potion doubles, so it goes 44, then 8d, 4, etc.
Mm.
All the way to superior, which is like 16 or something like that.
Gadget. Okay, that's all I got.
Okay, cool. So you travel. Nothing too crazy happens along the road. Torbane would be on the reins with his donkey and cart. You have maybe like one squabble with some bandits, but it's nothing that Torbane and or Cordson can't just intimidate away. Maybe Ash throws a couple fire spells, or Kier just assassinates them before they get to you. Either way, there's nothing that happens to you all to where it's worrying to actually physically act out as players in DM. Because it is a main road, so there are guards that do more or less walk it, at least at pit stops and everything. That's nothing too worrying. But eventually you do get near the western side of Goldak, where you start getting to Rosenly, and the terrain changes. Where West Goldak, for the most part, is deserts and barren wasteland. But as you get more and more west, the humidity starts to rise as you get closer to the ocean, and the jungle starts to rise out of the ground and take over. Where you're at right now on the east, out to the east of Rosenly, because Rosenly is a thick jungle country. Well, where you're outside of it, the jungle's not as thick because you're not in the heartlands of the jungle. You're on the outskirts of it. So eventually, you're at a point where you had to get off the path, according to Kai, who is, as far as you all can tell, is too afraid to lie because of the spider bunny threat. He's just, you just so much as like mention spider bunnies. He will tell you everything about his life story. Some things too personal.
Chimera's a thing, man.
Yeah, chimeras are real. Yes, they are. So he said it's about another day and a half's travel off the main road, to where he pretty sure the entrance is. He says, allegedly. He doesn't know for sure. He finally admits. But he's like, and sure enough, that he's willing to risk his life on it. So anything outside of someone messing with him with a wish spell to move the entrance, he's more than sure it's here.
All right.
Okay.
So
So can we see the entrance from here or not?
No, it's a thick jungle. It's like you could probably see no more than 20, 30 meters before the thick foliage just covers your sight.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's plenty of space to fight within, but you're not going to be able to see, because he said it's another day's travel off the path before you see the entrance.
All right. Well, we're not gonna be able to get there with the cart.
No, so you're going to. So you'll go off the road a little bit, and then tie up the donkey. Torb would give it some feed or whatever. More than sure, no one's gonna take it by any means because it's well off the road.
Get.
Yep.
Well.
Eventually, as you cut through the jungle, however you choose to, whether Bane uses not his hammer. Well, he has a hammer, but you know what I mean. You make your way through. Kier, I'm assuming you're going to be scouting out ahead and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's much harder in the jungle trees, but you like it because it is a jungle, and it also, just as much as it's hard for you to see anything around you, it's even harder for people to see you as you start to blend into the shadows that the jungle foliage provides. Ash, you love this place. Oh my god.
It's great.
Yeah.
Just chilling, you know?
Mm-hmm. So much greenery. The area here, by the way, for you, Ash, it feels better than the garden.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
It's just more. It feels as if the ground beneath your feet is alive.
Okay. It's a literal breath of fresh air.
It almost reminds you of a certain place you visited not a few weeks ago, if you catch my drift.
Yep. Interesting. Okay.
It's not the straight lines, but it's you more than sure someone of that same power is in this area of a different aspect.
All right. As we're walking through, Ash would just kind of like mumble towards the general group. Be careful around here. There's probably a guardian nearby.
Guardian,
I'm
like
sorry, I got you.
what?
A garden of nature.
Oh, garden.
Guardian.
Oh, I thought you said guardian. Oh, guardian. So someone like you, or like a forest spirit thing that we fought in the arena?
Wait, so are they
Closer to the latter.
So are they guarding a guardian, or is there a garden that the guard guards?
We're guarding the forest.
Just be careful of them.
Ash, give me a quick nature check for me.
All right. Da-da-ba-ba-ba.
Did you really just do
Yeah.
the McDonald's tune?
He did.
No, definitely
with a
not.
14,
No.
you're able to tell that you're like on the edge of his domain. Like
Okay,
if it
cool.
was like you're not even in his house, you're like on the front lawn, if that, like on the sidewalk of it.
I
Yeah.
probably, just for sake of respect, if we can, you'd probably like lead. Ash would try to lead the group, kind of like just on the cusp of it, not trying to
Right.
go into their
Well,
territory.
You would know it's fine being the territory because like the territory is gonna be so large.
Oh, yeah.
Being inside of it is not even a fence, and being inside of it's probably because like it's like one of those things like being a guest of someone of this power isn't wrong. It's not like a god. It's like his job is to be a guardian. So why would you not welcome his presence? You know what I mean?
I get what you mean. It's less of a, this is his territory, don't bother. More of a, oh, he's just protecting this. It's fine.
It's not. Yeah, like I said, it's like you know how the one of order, like you were in his domain,
Yeah.
but when you got to that maze, that's when you were in his house.
I gotcha. Okay, cool.
That would be too far.
Okay, then Ash would be making sure we remain in the area because it's probably safer.
Exactly. Okay, there we go. Try
Cool.
to make sure I convey the correct message to the player so you don't get confused.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah,
Yeah,
I do not explain anything else besides that, though, unless people ask me.
Well, I don't think anyone would
Yep,
think to ask. So
Yeah.
So as you would travel through the jungle more and more, you would come across an area that the trees start to get larger and thicker because they are much older and have yet to be touched by travelers, animals, anything like that. And then just as suddenly as they appear, they stop, and you come across a clearing. Excuse me, burping.
Is this like a natural clearing, or does this
It
look like...
is. No, it is not natural at all.
Can I make like a nature check?
Yes, you can.
Okay, yep.
So, as far as you're able to tell, Connor, it's definitely not natural in the sense of it's a jungle while there's be a random clearing here. It's definitely something that's caused this clearing, but you don't know if it's magical or just man-made.
Okay, cool.
It's definitely not natural. Kai is a human, correct?
Okay, question. So is Kai getting like fucking scared as shit because it's getting dark on the full like the?
Oh, sorry, no, he's half elf. Sorry, he's half elf. Not
Okay.
human.
Yeah, he is. Okay, so he can see in dark. Okay.
Yes.
So literally, like,
can't.
I keep forgetting furballs don't have dark vision. That'd be so weird to me because they're like Fey, aren't they?
They're closer to giant.
Okay, because I thought they were like giant Fey offshoots.
No. Fey and giants are completely different.
But no, furbolgs are giant Fey mix.
Oh, well, yes.
Yeah.
Aren't they just basically like giants that look to the forest?
Yeah.
Nature giants.
Yeah, there's nature giants.
Okay.
They're just druid giants, what they are. Yeah.
Okay.
They're no more Fey than an elf.
Is there any interesting
Well,
plants
also
or
very fey.
Well, I'd say no more. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say no more faith than a Goliath would be better.
Mm-hmm.
is there any like interesting flora or I don't know, plants that seem like I would use them for something?
Give me a check.
In nature or investigation?
Different checks, different results. It kind of depends on what direction you want to go into.
Damn,
10.
I am not rolling good today.
So as you look around the area for anything of interest before you get to the clearing, I'm assuming, because in the clearing there's not much at all there.
Yeah.
You would think a jungle will be ripe with unique and very vibrant plants and such. And you're looking high and low for any indication of where one could be. And you feel you're getting close to an area, but it's just like you just can't find it at all. but you're definitely sure somewhere in this jungle would be. You're more than sure something would be here. You just need more time to look around properly.
I don't believe in the sunk cost fallacy. I head back to the others and continue on the journey.
Awesome. So, as you get to the clearing, and it's not a very large clearing. I would say it's no more than 200, maybe 300 meters across in any direction. But in the middle, you would see standing there is a single lone rock pillar.
I'm gonna have
I, at this point, is very excited. He's like, yes, 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 I'm not gonna die by spider bunnies.
Yeah.
Okay.
What were you saying, Jesper?
Anyway, go.
I was gonna have Rasul fly up to it.
Yep, Rasul flies up to it. It's just a normal rock pillar that's been cut into to have 7 sides, and they all come, and all the sides are sheer straight up, and it's kind of like the Washington Monument, but with 7 sides, and not as tall. It's only about, I would say, no more than 30 feet tall. And the widest part would be about. It would take 3 of you to wrap your arms around together to completely go around this pillar.
Okay, so a 7-sided obelisk. All right. So
What is this thing?
what's with the big stone thingy?
Kai's like, it's a marker. We're going in the right direction.
How many of those things are there?
Oh, it's just this one. So he says very excitedly because he's actually not going to die. What we had to do was to go there, read the inscriptions on the obelisk, and it will point us the right direction. We could solve the riddle.
All right.
All right. Let's just head over then.
Well, I already know the answer to the riddle.
Okay.
So
Well,
he just points to the north, and he says we just go that way. We have to touch the pillar first, and then we go straight north and don't diverge in any way possible.
You gotta like physically touch the thing or just get near it.
We have to start at the obelisk, he says.
All right.
You don't have to physically touch it, but you need to start at the pillar. Otherwise,
Ash is already walking. He's just ignoring him by this point.
Yeah, I'm
well,
heading.
Kai's gonna keep explaining. He's like, if we're even
Oh,
off
yeah.
by even half a degree, we will not find the entrance whatsoever.
Okay then.
Yeah, Kyrio's already just walking with Ash.
After he explains it and shows off his smartness, he's gonna follow behind as well.
Of course, of course.
Okay, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read this riddle anyways.
Do you speak? What language is it in? Let me find my notes because I didn't expect anyone to read it.
Deep.
Nope. All right. What languages do you know, Jesper?
Common, Sylvan, Infernal, and Draconic.
Say that again.
Common, Sylvan, Infernal, and Draconic.
Okay, you would not understand a word it said.
Can I recognize what language it is?
Give me a Arcana check.
Okay.
Are
22.
you sharing it with the class?
Okay, with the 22, it is not class related. No. With the 22, you would know that this language is ancient. The only person you think who has a chance of reading it is Torbane, because it is written in the lost language
Okay.
of the undead.
Okay, so undead ancient language. So I just tried to take over Torbane's section, so I'm not gonna do that again.
So Torbane, would you ask him to read it at least?
Is he with us? I thought he came with the cart. Or is he-
No, he's with you guys. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask Torbane to read it, just because I know Kai is because in character, I know Kai is scared of shit, but I also don't trust people who are scared because they can be more scared of something else than us.
So Torbane would look at it and he would be able to say he doesn't understand anything but one word, or sorry, only 2 words. They're not together by any means, and from what he's able to gather, completely different sentences or even subjects. But one word is blood. The other word is Vecna.
Okay, new words: blood and Vecna.
Oh, wonderful.
All right. Well,
They're completely in different parts of whatever riddle this is in. But yeah, those are 2 words on the
Okay.
pillar.
so blood and Vecna. correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't we find out that this place had the magic nuke that made Undead Town over in Black Snow?
Who you asking, Kai?
I'm asking like generally around because I'm just trying to recap from last time with the crew.
Kai would say, well, yes, the first attack was in Black Snow, and it was one of the most deadliest. But there were other ones that attacked around the world.
I don't know.
Or sorry, not the first one, the last one. Sorry, second. So he would say the second to last one attacked Black Snow, and it was by far the most dangerous and deadliest one.
And the weapon was sealed up in this tomb we're heading to, right?
Yes.
I don't know. Call me paranoid, but I don't like the fact that the Undying King's on a pillar here, and the last known big attack was in the undead area. Anyone with me on that?
Truthfully, I don't like anything having to do with the Undead King. But I say we proceed for now. There's nothing we can do about it.
I know, it's just something to keep in mind. Okay,
Maybe
let's.
it's a tomb after all. Can't help but expect a little bit of undead.
Horde will probably make some gruff sound and follow along. I don't know. I'm guessing what his character would do.
Like grunt.
So as you continue north for several more hours, the terrain will become more rocky and has more ups and downs.
Hmm.
And eventually you would come across the entrance to the tomb. The doors are already open.
Did you have these doors opened?
Kai would no, those were closed last time. I swear.
How did you open them?
I don't know how. Actually, I'm going to be 100% honest. I didn't think they could open them.
So how did they open?
Can you give me a minute so I can check? He's asking for permission.
Oh, okay. I think I thought the DM was taking notes.
No. Kai is asking for permission from Cordson to go check.
And have 30 seconds.
Give me 5 minutes.
I will give you 4 minutes.
And he runs off to the door and go check it.
I'm gonna have Rasul follow him.
As he's looking over the door, you said Rasul's following him. That's fine. You don't see anything in the area threatening. As you look past the doors, you would see a foyer continues on for a little bit before it starts going down a set of stairs.
Alright.
I mean, we could always try to smoke them out, worst comes to worst.
Well, here, this place doesn't seem... It does seem empty right now, right?
Yes, it's eerily quiet, other than the occasional, air quotes, nature sound.
Okay.
Bird chirping,
Question.
squirrel, etc.
In character question. How common are dungeons in the world? Like, in character, would we know that this place is stupid dangerous?
You would know it is more than likely stupid dangerous, yes.
Okay. Well,
but the problem is, and Kai at this point would speak up if you ask this question of, is this place stupid dangerous? Well, the problem is the blood cultists are in there. So if we just want to let them possibly grab the dangerous, deadly blood weapon, it's cool. I'm fine going home and going to bed, so long as there's not any spider rabbits. However, if you guys want to go in there, 2 thumbs up. Good luck. You got it, dudes.
Come on, you're coming with us.
He's not done looking over the door.
Yeah.
I'm unfamiliar with the weapon inside. Is that... If we were to just, say, flush them out with several fireballs, would that not do the trick? He would trust, he doesn't know. I don't have access in character without metagaming, but is it an actual nuke where if I hit it with fire, it's going to explode, or is it
add a character? It's not an actual physical weapon.
Isn't it just like the blueprints?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes. Your question will be answered more in depth over the course of the dungeon. But I will say, add a character. It's not a physical bomb they dropped from a plane. It is a ritual of magic to cast a spell.
I mean, all I'm saying is, if they're going through all the efforts to, go through the traps and whatever, get themselves killed, why don't we just wait here till they get back all tired and, ambush them?
because they could possibly use the thing from inside there.
Immediately? Like, it's just blueprints, right?
I would shrug. You would have no clue.
Looks like we gotta get in there anyways.
I would point out, since he was a member, they could possibly have a way to teleport out. Just, I mean, what's to stop them from doing so?
That's a fair point.
So, wasn't there supposed to be treasure down there?
I mean, I would assume so.
Let's just get a move on.
Carefully now, carefully.
Well, see, I almost finished checking the door, and I figured out how they opened it. They
How?
used the key.
You are truly brilliant, among
Thank
men.
you, thank you. However, it's not that simple. I understand. It may sound simple. You see, this door, last time I was here, was closed, and they brought me here to figure out how to open it. And he would bring out a certain item from around his neck. I have the key. Or at least what I thought was the key. He looks at it and just throws it to the side. The key they used wasn't a real key. It was more of a, how do I say, created Fox copy key.
All right. So it's
Made of blood.
wait.
Or they stuffed something inside of it that had blood in it.
Back
There's a
up.
lot of blood around the lock.
Back up.
hmm
Are you telling me we're dealing with someone who can make objects out of their own blood?
Possibly. Not too sure. There's just a lot of blood around the lock.
Are you
It's
sure they
like a
didn't
really
just
fun
sacrifice
prestige
blood?
class. Maybe we shouldn't kill all of them. Maybe just leave one alive to teach us some stuff.
Kai would be like, I wouldn't think a tomb to protect a template to a blood sacrifice nuke would use blood to unlock it. Just gonna throw it out there.
I mean, I get that part, but like, does the key need to be covered in blood? Can I examine the?
I think we're wasting time.
Probably.
You're more than welcome to investigate the lock, Jesper.
I just wanted to like know if they like to see if there was a compartment for it that like had to draw blood, or if it was just a mechanical key lock.
It looks, as far as you're able to tell, a mechanical key lock.
I don't know if the blood's necessary, but there's no magic on it, right? Can I...
The door is completely innate. Not a hint of magic on it.
Yeah.
It actually seems as if there's less than zero magic, as if the magic in the area is being destroyed, pushed out. Hard to tell.
Oh no, that's not as bode well. Okay, be careful of something negating your spellcasting, guys. But
It's just around the door itself.
Yeah.
Like once you're like 3 feet away from the door, it's fine.
I know, but the door's guarding the tomb. I could count on
Well,
more.
if you go inside it, it's also fine. It's the door itself is anti-magic. There,
Okay.
I ruined the illusion for you.
I
Okay.
think his argument's more like
Oh,
there might be more
God.
things that are
My
anti-magic
aversion-
inside.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
My aversion's
Oh.
gone now. Damn.
Yeah, I'm saying like if the door's made of anti-magic, there could be more stuff like this inside the tomb. It's like I think it's like, but yeah, it looks
That's
like
also
these.
fair.
Yeah. Well, it looks like just
Maybe try
mechanical.
picking it.
These fuckers just.
Daylight's-
Yeah, it looks like these
The
fuckers.
door's already open.
Yeah, it looks like
Daylight's burning. We should probably head in.
I mean, there's not going to be daylight in the tomb. It's a tomb.
We're going in. Let's go.
Manner of speech.
Are you trying to be smart with me, boy? We need to head down there now before they get the stuff.
Did you say be smurf me?
Smart with me.
Okay, it sounded like be smurf me. Like you said
I'm
it so
speaking
fast.
common, boy. Let's just get down there, all right?
All right, let's go.
So all of you go down there. Kai tries to not go down there, but Water Droplet, doing the Cordson Master Proud, would just pick him up and carry him down.
That's a boy. That's a boy.
Kai, Water Droplet has fully taken Kai under his shoulder, I guess. Anyways, it is going to make sure he doesn't run off. So as you walk past the doors, nothing cliche happens when they close behind you or anything like that. You're able to walk in and walk out as many times as you want to. And you would walk down this short corridor, and you would see a set of stairs going down. The stairs are lit up. There's blue flames lighting the way down. Excuse me. About halfway down the stairs, though, you do see 2 dead bodies on the ground.
Dang.
These are
Ash would
cultist
make a very
friends,
quick
guy.
prayer to them.
What'd you say?
You first.
Ash, make a quick prayer. I was gonna ask Kai. You recognize these fuckers?
Well, they are wearing the clothing of the cult's group.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Search the body.
Yeah. I'm gonna search
Yeah.
the bodies for money.
You're gonna go up to the bodies and touch them?
Who's gonna?
I'm gonna have Rasul check the bodies.
You're gonna have Rasul touch the bodies with his claws.
Yeah. See
Okay,
if it
cool.
activates
So
anything.
Rasul's touched the body. He lands on it.
Anything happen?
The bird just sits there on the body, looks at you like, okay, I'm sitting in the body. Now what?
All right. I head up to it and I start searching around.
As you touch the body and search through everything, you don't find anything of note. Sorry, I just want to
Good.
fuck with you for a little bit.
Is there
Um,
any-
Prick.
are there any like holy symbols or anything on them?
So as you turn over the bodies, first thing you notice is there's a couple arrows sticking out of their bodies. And you realize here they triggered a trap of some sort and died. The cult's clothing are very similar to a certain monk you all knew, but not as if from the same temple as him or anything like that. They are the robes monks would wear. Very cliche Eastern design.
Are we talking about the guy who dropped out of the campaign or someone an NPC?
From this
Okay.
campaign.
Yeah.
Fucking what was his nuts?
Taco.
Okay,
Falco,
Falco.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all wearing like monk robes. One of them has a warning star on his side. The other one has brass knuckles. Color-wise of their clothing, it's a lot of red. They're really playing hard to the blood cults. Dick. Primary color is black or red with a red highlights. And within as a treasury color, they have greens.
Hmm. Okay, red and greens?
Red and black with a little bit of green every now and then. It's hard to tell what the green is actually standing for here.
Alright. Well, don't know what that's about. Can I make a history check for the green or something like that?
Sure, go for it.
Okay. History.
I make a
25.
religion check?
You're not able to figure out what green could mean in a blood cult.
Dang. Basic good roll.
Could it be colored like a military sort of operation? Color means a different level.
Well,
With that knowledge, you're able to infer the green means something to do with rank or position.
Oh, so I was right.
okay. Then they're both green guys?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Probably low level. You ever seen a blood cultist wearing green when he performs a ritual? I think not. He's
I would
father.
ask, have
How
you
many- how
ever
many
seen
clothes-
someone perform a blood ritual?
Would Cordson have?
No.
Hmm.
Blood magic
Oh.
is illegal in all countries.
Yeah. Well, regardless, he'd still say that. You still can't imagine a blood cultist wearing
Wait,
bright green
wait.
yellow color.
Necromancy's fine, but blood magic's illegal?
Yes.
Well, necromancy is fine in Ostugard.
I know,
So-
I know, but like, blood magic being illegal in Undead Town just sounds so weird to me.
Well, you would. An undead town's a little different. So like, they don't mean blood magic as in like using your own blood, but like because of the blood ritual nuke, blood magic is heavily restricted. Necromancy is for the most part accepted by most people. It's just the reanimation part of necromancy that is not frowned upon. It's like in America, like how
It's taboo.
driving it's taboo. Like it's like nudists.
Gotcha.
Right? Like you and your mom aren't gonna be nudists together. But if you have a friend who's a nudist, you're not gonna be like, you're weird for being a nudist.
Gotcha.
Like yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna take them to jail.
Hemomancy.
But blood magic, on the other hand, is like, in real life, sacrificing 10 children to to a god in the middle of public. That's what blood magic is here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it's just like New York.
Quote me on that. Blood magic or necromancy is like being a nudist, but blood magic is like sacrificing 10 kids.
I know, that's why I was laughing at your justification of not having necromancy.
I'll be sure to send that to out of context D&D quotes.
That's exactly what it is.
All right, so
it's like comparing a nudist to a person who sacrificed 10 kids. out of context D&D quotes.
So what happens when the nudist sacrifices 10 kids?
Anyways.
That's a different game. It's your game, I believe.
Is it? It's my game. Yeah, we're in my game, Tark.
I was talking about other Chris. That sounds like a game you would run.
Oh, okay.
What? My games are actually fairly wholesome if you've ever watched my recordings.
The recordings I have seen was some Michael Jackson wannabe, like, doing surgery on a girl while she was still awake, you crazy motherfucker.
Oh, you saw the Yosef section. Yeah, that NPC got out of hand.
I didn't mean to derail, sorry.
Yeah.
You're good. Oh, it's fun. That's what this is supposed to be. It's supposed to be just like a chill D&D. Not like super intense. We're getting a fight to fight the end of the world corruption. Rah!
I got some contingencies.
Anyways, I forgot someone here can't know the spoilers, so I had to stop myself. So I'm assuming you guys would continue down the stairs.
Carefully, of course. Ash specifically is just going to be looking around, making sure like there's nothing that seems off, looking for traps. Basically, just trying to make sure people are alive.
Give me a perception check.
All right. 21.
Yep. 21. Very nice. With a 21, you're able to avoid all traps on the stairs as you continue down. Excuse me.
I like to imagine while people are walking, Ash just like silently just stops them whenever they might just step onto something.
Well, actually, you would notice all the rest of the traps were deactivated after
Okay.
Yeah, they've all already either been triggered or made to the point where you just can't reactivate them.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Very kind of the cultists.
Down the stairs, and you would come across a very large room. The room, as like I said, has blue flames to light up the area. You would see it's very long, wide-wise. So like go down your left and right, it goes down for a bit. In front of you is a very large door, larger than the front door that happened before. The stone pattern work is some type of yellow brick. It's been faded and kind of degraded over time. Down the left quarter, as you look down, you see it comes to a dead end, and on all the same side as the big door in front of you are two statues, and as you look on the right side, it's the same thing. So all along the front wall in front of you is in the middle of the door. To your left are two large statues, and to your right are another two large statues. One of the statues on the right at the very far end is glowing. And you would see no blood cultists whatsoever.
What are the statues depicting?
So the first one on the left shows what can be someone with wings holding a sword up high mid swing. The second one shows what seems to be a boat with 3 masts. The third one would show a man with long white locks, or not white, with long hair, holding a orb of some sort above his hand. It's floating. And the fourth one, or the fourth one would be what would the fourth one be? How would I describe this statue? Because I know what it is, but I can't tell you what it is without spoiling it. The fourth statue would be. It is of a young girl. I'll put it that way.
And which
like
one's
like
that?
a young 8-year-old girl, childlike, and that's
Okay.
the one that's glowing.
Okay.
Okay, so the child's glowing.
Could Ash like look around the ground to see if there's any traces of the cultists being like looking for tracks, looking for where they've been in the area to see whether they might have figured out something around here?
So it's very obvious people have been here because you can see the imprints and the dust and everything like that.
Yeah, but I mean,
the-
like what direction they were going, that kind of thing.
So like all of you, it wouldn't be very hard. It would take a little thinking, but as you look left, there's less disturbed dust, and as you look right, there's more going all the way down to the statue of the little girl.
Okay. I assume they probably figured stuff out already.
It does appear that way.
Don't touch stuff. Don't need more bodies to bring, care around.
Hmm.
And that's a spook. And in the way they solve whatever puzzle this is, right? It looks like that.
You don't know.
Can I expect the glowing statue closer?
Yes, you can. As you get closer down that end, you see it's a young girl, and as you get closer, you're able to see she's wiping away tears off her face, holding a teddy bear that seems heavily damaged.
Wait, is the teddy bear part of the statue?
Yes.
That seems like a very odd choice to a mortal. Oh, crap. Do I get the feeling these are actual people that are, like, petrified?
Well, no. You don't, because one of them's of a ship, remember?
Oh, yeah.
But they don't seem petrified,
Okay.
but they do seem very detailed.
A girl, a ship, an old man, I think, if I remember correctly.
A older looking man holding an orb. He's standing straight up with his one arm behind his back, and he's wearing almost like a butler suit, but way fancier. Like, it's a bit of perspective. This is something Matthew Azermagic would wear. That's the best. He's not Matthew Azermagic. It's not him. But this is a suit he would wear.
So he
It's
looks
that
like
fancy.
So he looks like Steve Harvey. Gotcha.
A Victorian suit, I should mind. Sorry, not like a modern day suit. Victorian. Like, he's got the little fluffles and everything. Yeah. The girl, by the way, Ash, looks familiar to you.
Oh no! Oh god!
Oh yes.
Um,
You can't quite put your finger on it, but you're more than sure you've met this girl. But you just, with life of you, cannot figure it out.
Yeah, Ash is just gonna like stand there, just staring at it, squinting a little, just looking confused.
Is the girl human?
Yes. No.
What
It's
is
not
she?
human.
Oh.
She is Furblog.
Oh.
The same race as Ash.
And Torvain.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Is there a resemblance between the two?
No.
Okay.
Are you saying we all look alike? Sorry.
No, I'm saying like, I wonder.
Oh, so you see another furball gonna obviously have to be related.
I was gonna make a
Of course,
joke. I was asking if there was a familial, if I could notice anything like a familial resemblance between the two.
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm just teasing.
I know,
That's
because
fine.
in
It's
character I was
whatever.
gonna make a joke like say, "Hey, I found your granddaughter, dude."
Hey, do you say that?
I was gonna make that joke if there was a family resemblance, but there's really
Ah.
not.
So you saved yourself. Nice.
Yeah, very good. Very good choice.
Like, oh,
I'm
so you
happy.
didn't get fire
Oh, wait.
shit. Nice.
Well, what about the old man? Like, what? Like, does he appear human?
He looks. Yes, he does look human. And as you look closer, he's not really old, but he's like old in the sense of aged and wise. Like human years 50. But young and healthy for a 56-year-old.
So Silver Fox.
Yes.
Okay. Silver Fox. The gentleman's way to say DILF.
Can I make a history check for the little girl to try to recognize better?
I'm going to save you the time. It will not help.
All right, cool.
Yes.
And she's still gonna keep staring at the thing.
Oh,
just trying to figure it out.
absolutely. You just cannot put your finger on it. Like, you know you've seen this girl before, but it's just like either it was so long ago, or it's just you've seen someone who looked like her.
Okay.
What type of like ship is the like that statue?
It is a long ship,
Okay.
with oars and 3 masts.
So like a Viking ship?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Alright.
What?
I'm looking at
Okay,
I look
so,
at Quartz and
out of
it's like,
character.
you sail that shit?
My people used to sell things similar to that, I believe.
You are correct in that statement.
The one with the oars by chance have I know the one with the orb by chance have like fangs or anything?
The male
Yeah.
with the orb, he is not. His lips are not apart, so you can't see any fangs.
Okay.
Okay, is there anything
there-
else in this room or just the statues?
It's the
Uh,
4 statues and the big door.
I want to ask just a question about the statue. Is there anything
Mhm.
else like on the boat one, like of note that I would pick up on?
The only thing for you is you would know this is exactly a type of ship your people would have definitely sailed many years ago, before the decline in your race.
Got it.
And then,
Given how old the war was, it was definitely in the heyday when your people were, it was right before your people lost their status and power.
Gotcha.
in the wings on the like first one, was that like angelic looking wings?
Yes.
Wait,
Okay.
I'm trying to remember. Are there how many statues are there?
4.
4.
4. There's
And a big giant door.
okay, angel, ship, man, and child.
Something ain't right here. You don't get statues of furbolgs. We like to keep to ourselves. Something ain't right here.
And the door's not the one we came in, right?
No, this is a different door with 4 different symbols on it.
Can I go look at the symbol from the
Something
door?
Yeah, you can look at the door. You will look at the door, and you will see each symbol is just a 2-dimensional depiction of each statue.
We need a golden claw to find the pattern.
Okay.
And you
Yeah,
will
I
see
know
the
that
one of the little girl is glowing, like from the bottom to the top, as if it's like filled, like it's being filled. It's slow. There's a glow at the very bottom by her feet, slowly rising.
The
Oh,
symbol
no.
or the statue?
The symbol.
Is the symbol like is it a pressing thing?
No, it's like an etched thing.
Okay. Can I figure out where the glow's coming from on the girl statue?
Give me an Arcana check.
Yeah, an Arcana check.
Or what color is the glow?
It is a sooty gray.
18.
For an 18, you could tell it's part of a magical visual representation of something. With 18, typically things that glow like this are part of puzzles. It means it's in use.
This is in use. Is there any like devices around the room that we can use to switch the
No.
magic?
Could I go to the winged one and try to cast a light on it?
Yes, you
Like a
can.
cantrip?
You cast a light spell on it.
Just the cantrip light, yeah.
Yep. Nothing would happen. But it sticks to the statue. It lights up and everything. Is light a touch spell by any chance?
Yes.
Outstanding. All right,
I
cool.
believe.
So, Kier or Reese, when you touch the statue, all of you would see him disappear.
Ah, fuck.
Ah, no.
Yeah, it is. a touch
Well, we did tell him not to touch things.
Actually, we didn't even notice Kier disappear. I thought he was stealth.
spell. Yeah. What?
All right.
Yeah, so just a few moments will go by and you realize Kier is gone.
Yeah.
I'm making a
That's
joke.
Oh.
I don't.
16.
I
The
mean,
last time you
Well,
saw him, he was
you-
looking really intently at the angel statue.
Oh.
Yeah.
But we did tell him not to touch stuff. Redacted and replaced.
all right. Actually, okay. So, wait, is mending a touch spell? I actually don't have any touch spells. Oh, I do. All right. Well, I'm about to do something really stupid. So, if I die, burn my stuff.
Roger.
Okay.
Will do.
Okay. I'm gonna cast mending on the angel statue because it's a touch spell.
As soon as you touch the statue, even before you cast a spell, disappear.
Where do I go?
I will get to that in a minute. What is everyone else doing?
Is there no way in deeper into the cave? Is it just this?
No, it is just this.
So, I mean, they either were teleported to some horrible trap, or they found a secret to something. Oh God.
It would appear that way.
I would raise a hand. But like, I think I know what's going on here.
Oh yeah.
What is it?
In the academies, and Jesper wouldn't be able to account for this. He's not here, so that's kind of unfortunate for me. Anyways, there's a trial that you can do there to, like, test yourselves against magical effects, and it's somewhat similar like this. You have to touch an orb, and you get teleported to a magical subspace where you're safe and not going to damage the schoolyard or anything like that. I think this is like that. You touch a statue, and you get taken somewhere. Blood
Did you
cultists
go
aren't
this
here.
far last time?
No, I got stuck outside the main door last time.
All right then. Ash is immediately just gonna walk over to the thing to touch it, just in
Yep.
case that they're in danger.
You touch the angel statue, poof, gone.
All right. Cordson is going to look at Water Droplet. All right. Don't know what's on the other side. Water Droplet, you stay with him. Run out back in, say, a week, and you run out of rations. Go back to the city. I am dead. Find your purpose. Good luck. And he's gonna just walk up and he's going to touch the boat statue.
Right. And for now, I'm gonna leave Torbane outside with Water Droplet just to make things safe. Right.
Yeah.
So, Corton, you teleport away. I don't have a map for this trial, so it's all become theater of mind.
Okay.
Yes, that's the only one that's theater of mind. It's great. As each of you touch it one by one, when you touch it, the statue would, and I didn't say this because I wanted to wait for it, because only the person who touched it would have seen it. When you touch it, the statue's head would move to you, and as the sword would continue swinging, and before it hits you, you would teleport away. But only the people, as you touch it, happens. When you appear on another side, in another room, all of you, or each of you, are wearing different clothes and in different spots. So, Jesper?
Yeah?
Sorry, Torb would have gone with you all for this one. I have him written down. But you and Torbane are chained up on the ground. And between you both is a half-orc. Torbane is knocked out on the ground, unconscious. You are wearing rags. And you feel something you haven't felt in a very long time. You feel hungry.
Oh, fuck. Wait,
And as you... Oh, what's up?
Question. Do I still look like me?
Yes, you still look like you, yes. But you feel your body is stronger. You feel colder. Your senses are sharpened. And as you lick your lips, your fangs are longer and sharper.
Etsu Draku.
For the rest of you, Ash, Kier, and Cordson, you are all three wearing the royal armor of the Pelorian army.
Here looks physically uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Looks physically uncomfortable.
You're all standing at attention behind
Wait,
the
you
woman
mean
that
too?
was... Yes, you too, Cordson.
What the hell? Okay.
Yes, all three of you are wearing the royal armor of the Pelorian army.
Druids like morally don't wear metal armor, so he's
Yeah.
very
But
uncomfortable.
Ash, you don't feel like you lost your powers by any means wearing this armor.
Oh, it's not a
it-
matter of like powers. It's like being a vegan. Like
Right, but like
Yeah.
how to explain it? You don't actually feel like you're wearing the armor, but you are wearing the armor. It's weird. It's a weird feeling for you.
okay.
Yeah.
Or is it that feeling you get when you wear glasses forever and then you feel them on your face, but they're not actually there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're all standing at attention behind a woman who looks identical to the statue. The woman just backhands the half-orc. All right, no more games.
Wait, so we're all in the same
Sick and
place?
tired. Yes, all three of you. So like I said, Jesper, you and Torb and a half-orc are chained up on the ground, obviously prisoners of some sort. And the other three of you are Pelorian guards dressed up at attention behind the woman. You're obviously in a prison interrogation torture chamber.
Okay.
Do we have any weapons?
Cordson's
What's
just
up?
gonna stand there for now.
Do we have any weapons?
You would have the standard issue guard longsword.
Okay.
Damn it.
He would backhand the half orc again. Damn it! You're answering my fucking questions. You will answer them now. No more playing dumb. Who launched the weapon? Where did it come from? Obviously, you people know about it. Has your type all over it. And Jasper, as you look at the half orc, he looks like a teacher from your school.
Motherfucker!
He looks like Harvackle. Much younger, though. Much, much younger.
Harvackle? Wait. Question. Okay, so who wants the weapon? It's like, question, can I make an Arcana check to tell if this is like a memory we're experiencing?
Give me Arcana check.
Really? You think it's a memory? Are you sure?
20? I think we're in like a stored memory.
Really? That's really.
Okay,
I'm sure.
okay, in character, it makes sense I wouldn't know what the fuck's going on. Okay. So I got a 20 on that to see if like this is all an illusion, basically. DM?
1 second. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry, very much talking to me. So yes. You think this is a memory, a magical construct, something of that degree, yes.
Alright, so this isn't actually real. Can I
Well,
try?
it feels very real.
I know. Is it?
It feels extremely real.
It's not exactly an illusion per se, because everything's very real. So I couldn't like use mind over matter this, could I?
No.
Okay, this is more like
You are. Well, see, but the problem is, Jasper.
Yeah.
You're hungry. It's hard for you to concentrate.
Yeah.
You feel like you haven't eaten in weeks. You're not at the point of feralness, but you feel like you have a couple days before you're at that point.
Okay.
And the other three of you, you feel the emotion of as you look at these vampires. It's very obvious what they are. You feel disgust. You feel disdain. You're like the only thing preventing you from just striking them down now is the captain in front of you who is questioning them, and the fear you have of disobeying her orders.
Wait. Okay,
see-
vampire. Harvackle's a vampire in this?
He has fangs and everything. Yes.
Black
So
though,
is
what the flying? Like Jasper's having a what the flying fuck moment at the moment.
Wait.
What's up?
So is Torb.
Yes. Torb's he's like on the ground unconscious.
Well, I'm saying, does he have fangs as well?
You can't see him.
Okay.
And then does this captain just seem like an Asimar, or does she seem like some bit higher? Celestial.
Her wings don't seem real as a Azamar. They're like more of a status quo. She looks elven, like a mix between elven and Asimir.
Are there any rats in the cell?
No.
Dang it.
Hold on. Give me 2 seconds here. I burnt and my nose is on fire.
Man, that's a powerful burp.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was bad. I drank some soda and it was like one of those like burps from your gut.
Yeah, I've had this.
I know those.
So hold on 1 second. Let me read my note real quick. All right, cool. So you would see her sword is on one hip and she has a mace on the other hip. Her sword looks like all of yours, by the way, the guards. But her mace looks worn from battle. Man. All right, there we go. So once again, she slaps the half orc, questioning him about the weapon. He seems either he's really good at playing dumb or has no idea what she's talking about.
Question: do I actually have control over my actions in this?
Yes, you are fully in control. You're just very, very hungry and feral, but
Okay.
like you don't have any new memories or anything like that. It's just suddenly here you are.
Well, what I'm questioning is like, if this seems like a memory to me, I was questioning if I could even change anything.
You can talk right now. You can move. Like I said, the other three you could move, but you have this fear that if you do, she will just smite you right then and there.
She's just
It's
standing
like
there.
very
There's no
aware.
reason to
Yeah.
move.
It feels like
What'd
a
you say?
very Assassin's Creed kind of thing right now.
Yeah. Yeah, we touched an
Like, don't
animus,
break.
dude. The statues are animi.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't break sing.
All right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm
We
gonna.
had nothing to do with that.
Oh, that's in character.
That's his voice. Yes.
Yeah.
She would, once again backhand him, clean the blood off of her hand. Disgusting, filthy monsters. I'll get the answer out of you one way or another. And she would look at you, Jesper. So what about you? Are you more talkative than your master?
Well, what's the
You
question?
half breed.
What's the exact question we're talking about now?
A weapon, their ritual. We know one of you blood-sucking mongrels did it, had your type all over it. Blood magic, fucking everywhere. Destroyed a large capital city of Goldak. Killed hundreds, if not dozens, of villages in the surrounding area.
Okay, question. It says Goldak. Was this before the split between East and West?
You have no idea, but she didn't say East or West specifically. She just said Goldak.
I'm gonna say East or West Goldak.
It was more on the western side of it.
Oh shit, we are in the past.
Out of character, would we know? Was West Goldak always a desert?
You wouldn't know, but Ash, as you think about it, when you're a child, you do remember it wasn't always a desert.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
It,
Ash
it's
says nothing about this though.
no,
because-
obviously not. But I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
It's not a well-known historical event because it brings back bad memories for people. But
Yep.
it is uncommonly known that it was not always a desert.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
Yes.
lady, can I level with you?
No.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it then. We need blood to
No,
survive.
I'm gonna smack him.
Ow!
No. She would look at you, Conrad. It's like, hold on. Let him finish. Then
You will
we can
only-
torture him.
Steps back another step and gives him eyes of like just play along.
That's kind of what I'm fucking doing.
I know,
Eyes
but he
back.
wanted to hear you.
Okay.
You really wanted to punch me for no reason, didn't you?
Oh, 100%.
She would smack you, Jesper.
Yeah.
Answer the question.
All right. Look, let me level with you. We need blood to survive. We try not to take as much as we do. We do not have the resources or the luxury to waste it on blood magic.
Yeah, that's what you want us to think, filthy monsters. We know what you do with your air quotes blood banks.
Can I?
We
insight
found
check
all
her?
those people. Yes, you can. What are you trying to figure out?
Whether or not she actually believes they know anything, or if she's just. really
Yeah, give me
stubborn.
an insight check. She thinks they know something, but she sounds desperate for information. Like, unless they tell her what she wants to know, she's just gonna keep giving it, just keep doing what she's doing.
Great. She's inefficient.
So back to you. She would say, "We saw all your blood banks. We saw all those bodies, all those innocents. Your people are done for. You're all gonna die by my righteous flaming mace. I can't wait to do it." She
Did
licks
the
her lips.
Did the statue have a mace?
No, it was a sword.
Yeah, only a sword.
It's like
Yeah. She has a sword on her, but she also has a mace that looks battle-worn and
since
everything.
I know this is an illusion, I'm gonna do something kind of stupid.
Mhm.
Lady, if anyone here has blood magic overtaking them, it's you and your crazy bloodlust.
She would smile down at you. Oh. It's not lust. It's desire.
It's the same thing!
She would lick her lips and she would caress your face, looking at you as if like you're a slab of meat that she can't wait to beat up. Yes, I know what that sounds like. I did on purpose.
It's like I'm getting some S&M overtones right now.
At this
How
point, the
is
half orc would
Wait, so
would
she's
wake
super
up.
close to my face?
Yes, she is.
How is the like mace attached to her like
It's
holstered?
on her
whatever?
hip, like in a
Like,
whole
does it seem like how secure does it seem?
it's not very secure because she can grab it and use it as a weapon at any moment.
Alright.
I'm gonna give a quick look over to Kortson and just like I'm about to do something stupid.
Well, at this moment, your half orc would wake up.
Oh, okay.
He's going to shake his head like, no, please don't do something stupid.
Just
Like I
watching along, like this is a televised series.
said, Hadbrook would wake up at this moment. By the way,
Ash in the background with this fucking
Popcorn.
yeah.
and he would say, "Leave him alone. He doesn't know anything." Oh, he doesn't. And she would just like drop you as if you were like trash. And do you plan on speaking now and actually sharing information? Yes, he begrudgingly says. Oh boy! Speak. And as she says that word, all of you would feel this power emanate from her, as if she spoke a primordial word of power. Each of you feel like speaking out your most secretive of secrets, as if, but you don't, because it wasn't toward you.
She used to shout on us, boys.
And he would start talking about a blood ritual. He would talk about how the vampires created a ritual using blood that was meant to be used for protecting the race. He would talk about how a vampire lord, the first vampire, this true vampire, went missing recently. They don't know where he went. They don't know what happened to him. So they created this thing to protect the people and the race from, being purged and killed. And as he's talking about it, you would see the paladin lady just go from, excited to just bored, as if like this wasn't what she wanted, but it's like she knows it's the truth. He would go more in depth, speaking more about himself and his past, how he is the third generational vampire. He would talk about the plans of how the weapon works. It requires 1,000 bodies of blood to even power it, let alone something of the destruction talked about in Goldak.
You built a destructive weapon for your protection. That's your story.
You see what your captain? Hold up a hand. Hold on. As you repeat the same exact question you just asked, you built a destroying weapon to protect your people, and he would say, "Yes." And she hates that he says that because he is telling the truth. She says it was meant to be a deterrent.
Yeah.
Oh, you said it in the chat. There you go.
Yeah, like I'm just like, okay, we all saw Cold War history coming up.
Yeah, that's like, oh my.
Oh yeah.
So she would then ask him very calmly, "So why was it used for an attack?" And he would be honest. He would say, "I don't know." He didn't even know it was stolen and used until it was. He said he's not part of the people who created it. He just knows about it in its history. That's it. And as he finishes telling the story, all of you would appear back in front of that big door. and the symbol with the woman is filled in completely.
Oh, great. We gotta go through all the torture memories. Am I still hungry?
No, you're not.
Okay.
Real quick, I need each and every one of you to give me a history check because I didn't do this at the beginning like an idiot.
Ah, yes, history, my strongest feature.
It's a DC 7.
Bet.
Don't worry,
Yes.
Jesper will educate
I
you.
have a negative.
Okay, I swear to God, if everyone but me roll. Oh, there we go. The paladin
So
and the nerd, no
Jesper
history.
and Cordson, as you look at the statue, and you think about it and what just happened, you would realize she's familiar, and it was problem because she was younger in that memory than she actually is depicted today.
It's fucking Thea?
No, it is not Thea.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that'd
It
be fun.
is figure 7 of the Heavens 12.
Oh, interesting.
Would I by chance like recognize too, like with advantage? My history.
You know what? Yeah, I'll give you advantage. Yeah. Because you've been over there multiple times. So yes, you would recognize her. I'll give you that.
Well, not even necessarily the Heavens 12 bit, but due to paperwork
Yes.
stuff.
Yep. I was trying not to say it for the group. Yeah.
Mhm.
But that as well.
Okay, so we know figure 7. Did we meet another one? Or am I thinking wrong?
No,
Figure 7 is an elf seated on the back of a griffin with her mace mid-swing, blood splattered across her face, and her armor has the symbol of a flaming sword.
I don't know. I'm saying, like, didn't we meet another one of the 12 already in the adventure or not?
we haven't
N-
met.
No,
one
you met
figure.
a
Okay.
member of the air quotes 13. He claimed.
Oh, the
He said
Heavens.
he was friends with the figure 3. He said
Okay. We met guy from
that was back in Oasis City.
Yeah, from 13. You put that in air quotes.
Yeah, he said it would have been Heaven's 13 if he was still with them. His name was Odin.
Odin. Wait,
Oh,
figure 3 was Odin, or the weird guy we met was Odin?
Weird guy who was friends with figure 3 was Odin.
Odin.
So he claimed.
I'm just trying to take as many notes as possible in case anyone wants to do a TLDR in the chat.
Yeah,
Right.
go for it.
All right.
You would see
What
the
next?
color of the symbol for the woman, the is a red color,
So,
filled up completely.
all right. Let's go to our next history project, guys.
Well,
Hold
as you
on,
look, you would
hold
see
on.
the little girl is completely finished and filled up.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And you would
Ash was
see-
gonna make a point about that.
The statue with the woman is starting to fill up with blue now instead of red.
Are we? Wait, take a moment. Are we sure we want to be powering this up?
I assume this is how we go forward, but if they're trying to do that as well, we could maybe wait for them and try to take them out beforehand.
Well, you would notice there's 2 missing people in the hallway.
The bodies are gone?
No, Kai and Water Droplet are missing.
Oh,
Ah,
How long has
heaven's
it been?
sake.
dang nabbit.
You don't
Oh,
see
no.
blood. You don't see any signs of a scuffle or a battle. They're just missing.
Did we
All
check
right,
to
I'm
see
gonna
if
go
there's
into the
footprints?
film thing. I don't know about y'all, but god dang it.
How-
Can I check for footprints to see if maybe they went into one of the statues?
Yeah, give me a investigation check.
I'll help him.
So you get
I
advantage.
won't help him.
I'll watch disapprovingly.
12. Here, you look at the ground and it's confusing to you. The footprints are old.
How long
As if
were
it's
we
been
in
several
there?
days.
Oh, fuck.
Son of a.
Well, I mean, if they're in there right now, we might as well go check and make sure.
They likely left.
They likely left. I told them to wait a week or until they run out of rations.
Mm,
Probably for the best.
I mean, at this point, we either just keep going or go back, but I assume we don't want to be going back now, right?
Nah, we came this far.
All
So
right
what
then.
color is the girl statue going?
Although
going
our,
now?
although
Little
It,
girl?
it's
You
not
guys-
glowing anymore.
you guys think they
The
took our
statue you
donkey?
all just left is glowing blue right now.
Do you guys
Okay.
think they took our cart?
I don't know.
What?
Do you think they took our cart? I think about Water Droplet and Kai.
I don't think Water Droplet would. If so, they probably just went to the nearest town to get rations, but I'm not exactly certain that they
I'm
did
sure
leave.
they're fine.
They have bigger concerns.
All right.
Ash
Is
walks
it
over
just-
to the thing that's currently being filled to the
Mhm.
statue. And he looks to other people like, are we going or not?
Let's go.
Which
Here
one
we
next?
go, yeah.
All right, you go to the woman statue again to touch it, and as you touch it, nothing happens.
I think we gotta go to the statue that's not glowing.
Yeah.
All right.
So, do we go with the old guy or do we go with the ship?
I personally want to see what the ship has.
All right. Well,
Let's
let's go then.
I probably have to go through all of them because there's 4 symbols in the door. So let's just start with the ship.
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Mending on it, and just because it's a touch spell.
You don't need to cast a spell to go through. You just gotta touch it.
Oh, just gotta touch it.
Yeah. Ash did not cast a spell.
Nordic
Gotcha.
Quartzen. Or Torb.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, cool. So
Ash-
you would touch the ship, each one of you, and you would get teleported there. You are
Oh!
out in the middle of sea. All the oars are pushing. The wind is sailing through your hair.
Okay, I don't want to actually nerf myself and give this actually a battle, but for continuity's sake, can Rasul come to the memory with me?
Yes, he can.
Oh,
I would assume he would have anyways. So
Huh. That's
Right.
kind of weird in like continuity because it's like he's a weird mechanical object in my head.
You still have memories.
No,
Yeah.
You could still go through illusions.
Yeah.
Like,
Anyways.
It's also magic.
Jesper, Ash, and Kier, you're all kneeling toward Quartzen, who is sitting on a throne.
Oh boy, this is
Uh-oh.
Quartzen's future, not the past.
Quartzen, you're holding a trident that is large and in charge. On to your right is as you look at him, you instantly know he is your right-hand man and necromancer who controls the men of your ship.
oh, hell yes.
I should have prepared some sea shanties for today.
The helmsman bows to you, Captain Quartzen. We are but 2 days away, but the sea demons keep us from arriving on time. What are your orders?
He will. So Kier, Jasper, Ash, and Rasul. Are they kneeling like as if they're
They're-
prisoners, or are they kneeling out of
No,
respect?
as if like these are like equivalent to your like navigator, your scout, like the like not quite second in command, but like above the bottom rails sailors and stuff. So it's respect.
Sweet.
Ash is gonna just start tying his shoe as if his kneeling wasn't.
Yeah, you all started in the kneeling position, just letting y'all know.
Yeah.
So,
Are we in our normal equipment though?
yes, you are.
Huh. Something tells me this ain't exactly a memory.
Helmsman, run over the plan again with the crew.
Of course. We are 2 days away from our destination. As you know, we have left the shores of your kingdom just south of Asmodon, and we are sailing eastward, slightly north, just west of the newly created kingdom of Yimik. We're here to deliver defensive treasures for Lord Vecna.
Very good. Very good indeed.
However, the sea demons, as you know, are nearby. They're mortal enemies. We're
Of course.
being so close to shore, I fear they may attack. Should I ready all the soldiers, or should I ready the skeletons for defensive positions, just in case?
Ready the men. But I
As it
warn
would-
you again, speak not of fear in my presence. We are
Of course.
conquerors.
Our unity of our two people shall thrive with this mission.
Indeed. As long as Lord Vecna holds up to his end of the bargain. I
Lord
see a
Vecna
world
is many
where we can work
things,
together.
but he does not go back on his word unless you do so first. And as he says that, all the undead sailors would start getting position, moving ropes and getting the sails full wind. They start manning all the ballistas, and one of the back mans a cannon, or not cannon, a catapult.
Okay. As all of this is happening, I'm going to try to look. Is there like a map or a date or like anything from
There
a
is
bearing?
a rough map, but it's a sea charting map, not a land map.
Gotcha.
So it's
Yeah.
basically worthless to determine history. But you would know, looking around and what you're feeling, to your knowledge, this isn't a future by any means. The trident you're holding is one that is only in the history textbooks of your people.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm. It is not a legendary item by any means, but it was used by the royal knights long ago.
And he called me Cordson, yeah?
Lord, he called you Captain Cordson, as if your name, not really the person you are representing as a DM to player.
Okay,
Yeah.
question. Do I get the feeling this is not exactly memory, but this is a weird possible future vision instead of
You-
the...
No,
Don't know.
He said the newly founded kingdom gimmick.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
say that. That was your hint. Cough, cough.
Newly
Yeah.
founded kingdom. Okay, I missed that. Okay, so this... How much has Corson told us about himself? Has he like boasted about his ancestors? I can't remember him ever doing that.
Of course he has. Why wouldn't he? Of course.
Every single night, just
I
God
just
dang it.
I just don't remember him talking about it that much. Or I wasn't there when it happened.
I'm just saying, like,
Fortune.
long rest, I'd imagine he'd give, like, sea stories, whether we'd like
The
it or
helmsman
not.
would turn to you, Captain Cordson. Would you like to inspire the men with hit stories of your
Oh my
greatness?
God.
Not...
Oh, sorry, I got a bit of
About
seasickness.
that
He just vomits across the boat.
Oh, don't worry, I'll give you an extra one. It always cheers you up, old friend.
Can I start walking around this weird boat?
Yes, if you really want to, yes. But
Okay.
Cordson, you're the great stories of your people. The helmsman says, invigorate your sailors.
Cordson would go to speak about his people, just thinking about what they are in his time. But then seeing that this is still not, well, it's like everything he's wanted, it's not what he expected. Like to see the undead steering the ships and not his own people. And you see him just look very conflicted at the fact of like, oh my gosh, Mamek people were always pussies, and there was just a few good ones.
Wait, so just putting it at ease, he did say it is the first of a unity mission between the two groups.
Yeah.
So
That's what's going through
Yeah.
his head as he stops.
okay, gotcha. I'm just letting you know your people were fucking badasses. You're the captain of an undead ship. There's a necromancer who's under you, not the other way around.
I will tell you the tale of the day that I, and I alone, stole the hammer of Bane right from under his nose. Respected me so much, gave me the patronage. And he'll go on telling some bullcrap tale about how he stole a hammer from a god. I'm not going to make all of you sit through that.
Oh, wow, look at all these fish. Sure are fish over here.
Well, that's actually a question: how does Ash feel about fish? Because he
Oh,
hates beasts and everything, but like, what does he feel
Okay,
about? aquatic
Out
animals.
of character,
Yeah.
he doesn't hate all animals. He hates a specific variety of animals, which I'm happy to talk more about this DM to player. But fish specifically, I can tell you, no, he has no issue with fish.
Oh,
Nor
okay, cool.
birds.
He hates furries. He hates anything with fur.
Aliens are in season for Ash.
Yeah.
I had to guess he hates predators.
You're free to make your own guesses. I'll leave it there for now.
Can Courtson, can you see anywhere like on the mast or anything the name of this ship? Because he's gonna
You
try
can.
to keep it from remember. I can.
Yes, well, it's not on the mast or anything like that, but it's how do I describe this for you as you think of it? As you look at the ship and you try to think of the name or look what it could be, it is a ship that you know already the name of.
What is it?
It is called. I'm trying to find my notes of the ship because I didn't expect you to. I had a ship name, but it wasn't for this ship, so I'm stealing a future ship's name from a session I plan in the future. So,
I
Sounds good.
yep. So give me a second there.
Oh, hold on. I think I know what it's. It's this.
Screw.
Hold on, let me back up. What is it? What'd you call it?
It's you.
Your mom.
Wouldn't that be pronounced? Wouldn't that be pronounced Dialomo? With the
Irvin.
yeah, Irmin. That actually sounds like a ship name. I can believe.
I know. Anyway.
How do you think those dots on those?
Oh, I use an international keyboard.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice. All right, hold on a second. I gotta go to like Google Drive. It's taking a minute to load. Hold on a second here.
So anyway,
I
instead
can
of
name it if you don't want to use a future name.
If you want to give me a name, that's fine. What is the name, Courtson? Tell me.
I have two ideas in my head right now.
Go for it.
One-
the name isn't super important, so I'm okay with you naming it.
Okay, one of them is the Poseidon probe, and then the other, which I kind of feel like I'm not gonna do, but I just have to mention
Here.
it, is the Codfather.
The Codfather.
Here,
All
how
right, they're
about
both bad.
how
All
about
right,
just call
we're
him
going
Rest-
with Sea Piercer.
I was gonna call it Restvelger.
No, we're calling it Sea Piercer. Make that a tongue twister.
well, I mean, it's a longbow. You could call it Odin Shaft.
Dear
No,
God.
it's not going to be anything like that. Come on, guys. This isn't this is a normal ship, not like a
To be fair,
a garrison ship.
Norse mythology is the fourth horniest mythology I know of.
Anyways, so yeah, there you go, Courtson or Part, whatever your fucking name is.
Wow. The CPS. Can I make a history check? See, the only reason I was asking is if I remember this voyage and how it went down.
No, you wouldn't. No history check will let you tell you about this history. Every people. This is brand new information to you whatsoever.
Right, he's just going to have his trident at the ready, preparing for whatever's coming. He's looking off the edges. Not really sure how this is connecting, but he's enjoying this while he's here.
And the rest of you are doing whatever you're doing. And some time goes by. You're at the ocean. You're at sea. It's going through the wind, heading in a slightly northern direction. When one of the skeletons up in the mast makes some rattling noises, and the helmsman necromancer turns to you and says, "One of the sea demons has found us."
Prepare the cannons.
Do you mean the ballistas? We don't have cannons.
Ballistas, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I knew what you meant. I'm just like, yeah. The helmsman would nod, and every single sailor would crank them back and start loading arrows and everything.
You fight for your god. You fight for war. We will not let whatever comes out of those waters take us down with it.
All the skeletons rattle in victory or in,
Screech.
war. I can't make a bone rattling sound, but a helmsman would turn to you three, Kier, Jesper, and Ash. I suggest you three man your stations as well.
All right.
Yeah,
And
sure.
he would gesture to the 2 unmanned ballistas and the unmanned larger ballista.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy. We're going to war.
Out of character, Kier should definitely be taking the bigger one. Ash will be
Oh,
trying to
God
take
damn it.
two.
I hate when this happens. You know that glitch where you scroll down, roll 20, and it scrolls up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just...
Kier, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so out of character, Kier, you probably should take the bigger one. Ash is taking this just because he was closer, though.
Alright.
Cord is gonna move to the front of the ship, Washington style.
Alright, just so you know, Ash, your ballista has a rope tied to it.
Okay.
And it's obvious that this is supposed to be like, whales,
Harpoon
or in this
the beast.
situation, sea demons, and to harpoon it, yes.
Okay.
And as you all just get in position, you would hear this unholy screech. And it's so loud, it like shakes the boat. And I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Oh my
Ah,
gosh, are we? Oh my gosh, we're actually fighting. I thought it was gonna cut the slack.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Hell
Um,
yes.
Just so you know, you all are proficient in ballistas, and it uses your dex modifier to attack. The damage is a 2d10 plus your dex modifier.
All right.
Dope.
It takes 1 turn to load it and 1 turn to fire.
Okay.
You're free to not use them, just letting you know that's how they are used. I'm going to use the helmsman for the quote-unquote crew.
Ah, damn it.
Right. And then we're going to have,
Come on, buddy.
and out of the water, you would see a sea demon rise up.
Oh gosh.
Mm.
What did it say? Little.
Little bayou.
Bow.
Yeah, he's a little sea demon. Just a baby. It's a 4x4. He's a little child.
Mhm.
And he
Okay.
would
Strike it
rise up
down.
from right here.
So, probably a bad time for this question, but would you mind? Because I can't. I was going to change it to battle music, but I do not have DJ or manage channels roles. Can you give me one of those so I can change to battle music?
I don't know how to do that. What do I need to type in?
Just rhythm stop so I can play the battle music instead.
I see in Discord.
Yeah.
Does that work? I don't have the rhythm turned on, so.
No, how do you turn it? Wait, how do you have it turned off? Oh well, don't worry about it.
Did it before.
Oh,
I see.
no, you just gotta. You gotta at rhythm. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah,
Now
only
you
you
can-
only you can do it because you have managed channels. I just need like that roll or something
I
so I
don't-
can do it in the
It's,
future.
it'll be fine.
Okay.
If you want to play whatever music you want to, go for it.
We're having a sea battle. We should have some epic music. We should have some music going.
Yeah, go for it.
Hinga durgan durgan hinga hinga hinga.
Kira, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
All right. Do these ballista rotate?
Not 180. You can only fire on that side.
Okay. I'll just use my bow then.
Mhm.
Alrighty.
Go for it.
Just a second, buddy.
Don't have favorite. I'll do a hunter's mark
Sure.
as a bonus action. Then I'll take my first shot.
Wait, what?
Oh wait, advantage because it's first turn of combat. So, or rather, it hasn't done anything yet. So, does a 26 hit?
26 does it, yes.
Okay. I get another shot because it's first turn of combat.
Go for it. Do you get advantage on this one?
No,
don't need
but
it.
Don't need it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll your crit damage. 13 plus 14 is 27.
15 plus 13. Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
total of 42.
Yep, all good. Oh, there you go.
That's my turn.
2 arrows fly out toward this sea demon, and he would holler out in pain. On his turn, he's going to run to the ship, and tentacles are going to fly out above you guys, at you guys. Jesper, I don't have a damage sheet for this guy, so I'm just going to roll real dice in real life, because the damage is flat. It's not like a. I didn't think to give him a 2-hit thing because the damage is going to be flat for this air quotes memory. Does a 19 hit you?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you would take 10 damage.
Yow! That hurt.
Yeah. And as he does this, whip. These sailors would all die. Boop.
Oh my gosh.
Aren't they already dead?
Well, you know what I mean.
Skeletons
Just
are known to
corporate.
not have the best defenses.
Yep. Jesper, your turn.
Motherfucker. Okay. So actually, because I have more people heading out, I am going to cast a spell on this thing.
Go for it.
I'm going to cast Fairy Fire on it.
Alrighty, what kind of save do I gotta make?
You gotta make a, I think it's a Dex save. Let me check.
It's a dex.
Dex save.
Okay, he's not very good at those. What's the DC?
DC is currently 15.
Alright, he would fail.
Yes! All our attacks
That's
have advantage
good.
now.
That's wonderful.
At bonus action, Rasul is just going to fucking shoot him with his beak. His little force pellet. Not gonna do much, but it might
Gotcha.
do something. Since I can't
Cool,
find
go
the
for it.
roll.
25 would hit.
Okay,
3 force
4
damage.
damage. Okay, so now it's glowing with Fairy Fire, guys.
Right.
Side
Woodson.
note, if you want epic music, apparently you have to vote for rhythm to skip stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm telling everyone else they want music or not. It's not a necessity. I think it just helps.
Okay. So, DM,
Yep.
He kind of looks
I
over to
was-
Corson like, hey, you want to use this?
You have,
Yeah, I was about
I
to
was going to say, you have, as your turn happens, Gordon, you feel like you have 2 options. You could command your soldiers or your sailors to fire, or you could take matters in your own hand and do your things in your turn.
So I could command the remaining undead to fire on this thing?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Yes, then he's going to just yell.
Cool. As you do so, the undead up here at the front would fire as well as the one in the back on the catapult. And you would realize down below are more ballistas firing at this thing.
Oh, nice.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 arrows and then 1 giant rock. I got it. I would fly toward the sea monster. Most of the arrows missing.
Want to wake up, guys.
Okay. Now,
Let me calculate damage real quick. And there you go. Big chunk of damage. And then the helmsman turn. Give me 1 second.
And was that? I'm assuming that was my action, but do I still get movement? DM.
Yes.
What in the flying fuck is with this thing?
A playlist?
I don't know. I'll figure it out later.
What?
Oh. Groovy's better. Let's put it that way. For the recording, I'll just play it for my normal Spotify, so we have something epic in the background at least when we're doing stuff.
I can't hear rhythm at all.
Yeah, bring it back. Try it again. Just restart it. Because I disconnected rhythm. Just start it over.
Okay. Yeah, this is why you need the DJ rule. Okay.
The helmsman would wave his hand.
Sorry, DM.
Yep.
I still have movement, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get on the harpoon, just hold on to it. and look at Ash like. I think we understandably look at him.
Nice.
Oh, I think I figured out what that problem was. You press stop, and that just pauses the last playlist. Doesn't actually let it go next.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, now I can hear myself.
All right, so you're ready for Ash to fire you at this thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ash just kind of sighs.
On the
Yes.
helmsman turn, he would reanimate all the soldiers.
Oh, it's so practical.
He would just wave a hand. Doesn't seem like he spent much effort doing this whatsoever. Ash, it is your turn.
Ash is just going to start turning the thing around casually.
Yep.
Until he points it over to the thing and goes, "All right, don't drown."
I literally can breathe underwater, but I appreciate the concern.
As you say that, you are shot off.
Yeah, Courtson, you fly toward this thing. Ash, give me an attack, please.
I got a 20 to hit.
Okay. Yep. So a 20 would hit.
Cool.
So
17
Courtson,
gifting.
as you fly toward this thing, you're holding on to the harpoon and land into it. I need an athletics check from you real quick.
Oh my gosh, can it please be acrobatics?
It is a strength check, sir, or it's athletics.
All right.
Perfect. You hang on.
What'd you say?
Did you hang on? You're able to stay on.
Okay.
The DC was 0 because I thought it was fucking badass, so I was just making you roll athletics for the fun of
Thank
it.
you. I appreciate that.
Roll cool is a thing, alright?
But I wanted to do something cool.
I know, but it's like I want to hang on to a monster. What do I use for that? I don't use my strength.
No, you can use like.
No, you
never
can't.
Oh,
I could make a good argument, but I'm not going to. Right.
Anyways,
to hang on for dear life with dexterity.
That's my turn.
all right, cool, Ash. Kier, it is your turn.
Okay.
Oh, does the 17 damage go through?
Yes, it does.
So wait, the skeletons are back up, correct?
Yes, they are.
Alright, I guess I will just keep using bow.
Outstanding.
Alright.
You have advantage. 18, 19, 20 hits.
Alrighty.
Outstanding.
And that's my turn.
Awesome. All right, Little Bow is going to go underwater. Quartz and you are going with them.
Okay.
Luckily, you can breathe underwater, so you're perfectly fine.
Yep.
Here.
What are you doing?
Hold on 1 second. Right. Jesper.
So I can't see this anymore. Do I even see the glow in the water?
You do not.
Huh. Well, shit. I'm just going to hold my attack until I can see it again.
Alrighty. Courtson, you are directly under your ship hanging onto this thing.
Okay.
It is trying to get you off of it.
Yeah, I'm going to take my trident and try to plunge it into his eye.
Alright, give me an attack roll. With your dexterity, like a normal weapon. Alrighty, cool.
Remember, at advantage, it's still on fairy fire, I believe.
Yep. Very fire still thing. For your damage, it is a 1d12.
Oh, very nice. It's just dex plus 3 weapon.
It still uses your dex, by the way, just letting you know.
Sweet. Okay, and then I am going to drop a second level smite into it.
Go for it.
Wait, no, I have second level spell. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong sheet. Never mind. I said I was going to drop a second level smite, which a paladin does not have. I will drop a first level smite.
Which is a 2d8, I believe?
2d8, yes.
Mm.
Can you guys see it yet?
No.
Hey,
There it goes.
There we go.
here we go.
As you plunge this weapon into its eye, feeling it with divine power, you feel like the smite does more to it, but not because it's neither fiend or undead, but because it is an enemy of your people.
Oh, it
It's
should have been an
fueled-
extra d8.
What's up?
Said it should have been an extra d8 because it was fiend.
I doubled it
Oh, sweet, thanks.
because you know how if it's undead, it's yeah, you know what I mean. Anyways, don't worry about it. It's
Thanks.
you did more damage, okay? All right.
Thank you.
The
Sorry.
helmsman would shout out to you, Ash. I suggest reeling it in so we can get better shots on it.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing for the helmsman to do, but he holds his hand in the air as if he's ready to do something. You don't know what. Ash?
For the mechanism, do I just like pull something back, or do I need to physically like reel it in?
It is a physically. It's a mix of both. You just physically crank something, but there's a lot of cogs and like catches to where like it's not going to be you're actually reeling in the entire beast yourself. There's a slight mechanism to it.
Okay. He's gonna try to reel it in.
I do need an athletics check though.
All right, good. I'm proficient in that. 11.
You're a fur block, so don't you have the you kind of size larger?
Yes.
Yes,
But-
give me advantage.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because you're basically pulling something in.
Oh yeah.
It's see there you go.
There we go.
Perfect. So out of the water. Hold on one second.
My dude has an 8 strength. 9 strength. It's great.
You would see your captain, come up very rapidly from the water on this thing. It's trident in its eye. It's hollering. It's screeching. It's flailing around and everything. The harpoon is firmly in it.
Ash just says, oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Go ahead. You're good.
Ash just says, "Don't forget not to drown now." That's on my turn.
As it comes up, all the weapons on that side of the ship would fire, minus gears. So, just, and the catapult doesn't go because that takes a turn.
Wait.
Um,
That's in my turn.
Yeah. So let me do the damage for those things right there real quick. Just chunk of damage out of it. Courtson, you do almost get hit by one of the ballistas,
Oof.
but either through your own sheer awesomeness or the flailing of the monster helps you avoid it.
Shit, can I fire now because I held my action?
Yes, I was getting to you. Yes.
Okay, 16.
16 when I hit.
Yeah. I rolled double ones in that damage, damn.
Maybe it was the best you didn't hit. Kier.
Alrighty, drop the bow and then take a shot with the ballista.
Go for it.
Alright, is it strength or dex?
It's dex based. It's like firing an arrow, a bow and arrow. So you can roll the same thing with bow and arrow, which is a 2d12 damage.
Okay.
You do count as proficient with this, so for this scenario.
21 hit.
Yep, 21 hits.
And 2d6
Yeah, 2d12.
or 2d12.
Plus your dex modifier, which is
Oh yeah. +4, and then I also get the d6 from Hunter's Mark.
100 mark.
right?
Yes, you do. Yep. So 8 plus 2 is 10. Cool.
Honestly, I was going more damage with the bow.
All right, little bow. Not happy at what's going on here. He's flailing around. He's going to just start slapping you, Courtson, with his tentacles, trying to get you off of him and everything like that. What's your AC?
It's currently 20, but I do have shield.
Would you activate it if a
Well, I
roll
mean, I
is
guess
higher
it-
than?
yeah,
than
if
20?
it does get higher.
Okay, cool. So out of all of its attacks, all 4 of them, only 2 would hit. And it would rip you off of him, and it would throw you back on your ship.
Consider it.
And you would
So,
take
yeah,
15
but-
points of damage.
Okay. And did I use shield or not?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
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 One was an actual attack, and the other one was a grapple. So you only took 15 points. You saved yourself from the big damage. So all right, and it can't get away because it's harpooned and stuff. Jesper.
All right. I hate these things. I'm gonna try to harpoon it again.
It's not on your side.
Oh. Okay. Oh. Hmm. Fuck it. They go with the classics, and I'm just gonna firebolt it.
Alrighty. It would miss.
Man, I am rolling like shit, even with fairy fire.
Oof.
Okay. Razul, you have better luck. Try it.
Razul would miss.
Damn it!
It did roll better than you, so.
Yeah.
Courtson.
All right. After getting thrown to the ship, he's going to, assuming prone, he's going to get up, and he is going to Eldritch Blast.
Nice. Go for it. That would unfortunately
16?
miss. They would miss. AC's 20.
Oh, okay.
16 does not
Yep.
hit. I'm sorry.
All right.
16 with the trident hit because it was in the eye.
Yeah.
So,
No, I get
and
it.
it was with
Pretty
the
bold shot.
trident as well. The trident is magical. Just throwing it out there. It has some bonuses to it. All right. Helmsman would order all the sailors to reload. Connection. And then Ash should be your turn.
All right. Can I turn this around to hit it, or is it just not on the right?
You didn't reload it. All you did is crank so far.
Oh, okay. I assume reloading it is an action.
Yes, it is.
All right. Ash, by this point, is just gonna like go over here, and is just gonna yeet a little produce flame on it.
Go for it.
19 does not hit, I assume.
No, it's an AC 20.
Cool. That's my turn.
Alrighty. Here.
Alrighty. I'll do another shot to Ballista.
You didn't reload it yet.
Oh, does it take an action?
It
to
takes an
reload?
action to reload it. Yep.
Honestly, I'm gonna stick with the bow.
Go for it. Shoot your bow. Oh,
Oh.
we all know
Oh
what
my
that means.
god.
Max
Alright.
damage.
Critical. That's
Okay.
critical.
What is your maximum damage you could deal right now?
Longbow is a D8, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then 20 plus 32.
32. Alrighty. 32 damage. Fucking cranking it.
Very good.
Did more of me than its smite, man. That's awesome.
You know, Ranger might be a new favorite.
What'd you say?
I said Ranger might be a new favorite here.
Yeah, it's great.
Just
right?
all the extra little tucks you got.
Little bow can't do anything but just start flailing its things at the people on board. 2 skeletons would die, and then Ash. What is your AC?
19.
19. All right, so only one of these is gonna hit you. You're gonna take. You're gonna take 4 bludgeoning damage.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, you're wearing that armor, aren't you?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Nice, very nice.
it is very nice.
Yes. I was
What's
like,
the armor
how'd you
do?
get 19? It's the sand
Sand
shark,
shark
armor.
Yeah. Sand shark half plate.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, nice.
breastplate, whatever it's called.
Breastplate. Yeah. Jesper.
Oh, Chris, I don't know if this applies, by the way, but I do have resistance to cold, if that was any of the damage it did to me.
It was not. No, it's all bludgeoning.
Okay.
Just make sure.
Let's try this again.
That would hit. 21 hits.
Okay. Your turn, buddy. And 23.
It hits.
Okay.
Both of you.
Not doing much, but it's doing something.
All right, Courtson.
All right, we're gonna go for a hero moment here. Oh, brilliant! Right within 20 feet. I'm going to take the trident. And he's going to wind up like taking a half step and try to throw it once again into the other eye of the creature.
Give me an attack roll.
Yeah.
Go for it, man.
Come on.
Fucking crit it. Do it. Do it. You won't. Manchester.
Crit, please.
Thank you.
Yes.
Would you
Thank
like
you.
to smite?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You can smite with this weapon even though you're using his ranged.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so
That is a
that's
good DM. That is a
2d12
good DM.
the base weapon, and then it's a fiend. So I'm gonna put second level smite. So it would be 2d8, but it's 3d8 because it's a fiend. So that makes it
Yep.
6d8.
I honestly didn't think you were going to crit.
Isn't it D8?
Oh yeah, sorry. Let me reroll. Sorry.
Reroll.
There we go.
There you go.
Was that
There
49?
we go.
46.
Oh man, you're so fucking close to killing this thing.
Oh.
Like,
So-
sliver of damage. If you were able to Saint level smite, you probably would have killed it.
Curse you,
Courtson.
paladin.
When you throw it, you feel a connection still to the weapon. Would you like to recall it to your hand?
Ooh.
Oh yes, I would very much.
Yeah, slides back to your hand. Eyeball juice all over it and everything.
Tasty.
I don't want this dream to end, and I'm afraid if we kill it, we're gonna go back. He says it's in character.
Kill it.
Hudson, if you look at this, if you live in a dream, you can't make the real world happen.
Break the real world.
Helmsman
This is
comes out. Captain Courtson, sir, this is not a dream. This is reality. Could you please? I understand you're enjoying it, but please take it somewhat seriously.
He's just laughing. Fish guts all over, not fish, whatever this thing is, guts all over his face from when he stabbed it last time.
Demon guts, sea demon. Yeah.
We're
Would it
back.
count as seafood since it came from the sea?
Look.
You know what? I don't want to answer that question.
Look, we're gonna have some calamari after this, boys.
Some of the skeletons cheer.
By the way, have you guys ever met a sushi chef from Alabama?
No.
It is
And I don't
weird.
want
Terrifying.
No, it's weird. Like, imagine all the knife twisting stuff from like a sushi chef, but a guy with like a thick Alabama accent and giant beard.
That's Eldritch.
Yeah.
So the Helmsman's just gonna reanimate the skeletons for his turn. Ash,
All right.
you're reloaded,
do
locked
it.
and loaded.
I did not reload. I
Oh, you
just
didn't?
did
Oh, you did fire-
regular
never
action.
mind.
I'm
Okay.
going to reload this time,
Gotcha.
ineffectually. And that's my turn.
Cool. Here.
I really want to kill on this. Damn it. Kill him though, do it.
Let's see. Pew, pew.
23,
you got
25 hits.
Nice.
13.
And that would get the killing blow.
Aw.
Its lifeless body, still harpooned, is just now floating next to the boat being carried. And as the killing blow lands, Courtson's probably celebrating, like, fuck yeah! This is, what's the quote? This is the greatest day of my life.
This is the greatest day of my life. Victory, boys.
You would all return
Victory to the gods.
to the hallway.
No!
Is Courtson just having an emotional breakdown when you go back?
Yeah, Courtson, all the power you held in that trident just disappears, and you have your normal trident now.
Oh,
Are you actually having a breakdown in character?
he's not having a break. You see him, he kind of, he's like, he was smiling like he was so ecstatic, and now he's just not having a breakdown, just kind of returning to reality of like, gosh, I don't think my people will ever again be like that.
God damn it, Chris! You flowers for Algernon, dim.
Told you this was not going to be a normal dungeon.
I know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, now we're gonna deal with depressed Courtson.
So you would return to the hallway.
Mhm.
The statue, the symbol of the statue is filled up with red, symbolizing your group has finished it. And you would see the group with the They went to like I said, the statue you guys went in first. They have yet to come out of there, but it's almost filled up.
Okay.
You
So
have 2
should we
statues
just
left.
wait for them or go into the next one?
Next one, I suppose.
Oh, also, just letting you know, you all feel completely regenerated,
Oh.
rejuvenated,
That's very good to know.
as if you had a long
Very
rest.
good. That's good.
Heads or tails?
Well, we gotta go to the old guy next, right?
Or the old guy. All right. He walks over to the old guy, touches it. No conversation.
All right,
I guess we're going the old guy then.
Yeah.
all right. You would all go to the old guy.
Out of context, that's probably the worst statement. You all go into the old guy. I'm just like,
It's okay. I'm an old guy. You can say that.
oh shit.
Oh, well,
Okay, I can
Alright.
keep the battle music going.
All right.
Nope, no battle music.
Oh.
Well, I'll just turn it down to 0 for now for the recording.
yeah,
I mean, it's not
this
battle
isn't,
yet. Don't
this
be a
isn't
quitter
a
here.
mini game where a map instantly means combat.
No,
Yeah.
map is for flavor. It can be combat. I don't know, but it's gonna be hard to fight as you're all chained to 4 monoliths.
We're in the fucking blood ritual, aren't we?
Rivers of blood flow before you,
I didn't know if it was blood or Kool-Aid, okay?
and standing in the middle is what can only be described as a vampire holding with a ball of blood floating around him. Your sacrifice will be remembered for generations. And it'd be a shame that you all had to die, but I appreciate you volunteering to defend Black Snow against the evil of this world. Retribution will be had.
I do not know who you are, but I tell you this. We may die, but you and your memory will be lost, and no one will remember your sacrifice.
I mean, aren't we just remembering that right now, right here?
Yes, that was the point. None of us remembered it before this moment.
I guess that's fair enough.
Because it has yet to happen, dear old friend.
Do we know you?
Oh, I don't think so.
Why
I
are
don't
you
think so.
second guessing yourself, friend? You volunteered for this. This is for all those who died to end the war.
The funny thing about me is, I seem to thrive on war, and I'm not sure I want it to end yet.
He would look shocked and hurt at your words. And you would see he's also standing next to a monolith with a dagger.
Well, I mean, he has a dagger. Obviously, he's a friend now.
Yeah, okay, never mind. Then, yeah, proceed. No. Proceed.
This is to end it all. This is the last attack that will ever happen. Over 500,000 have willingly given up their lives to ensure no one more would ever die. We are the catalyst. We are the last 5 who are needed.
One question.
Yes, friend.
After all this, what next?
Who knows? But I do know that my tomb would be made, and my spirit will go on to protect it, to ensure nothing bad ever happens again. No one will ever use this ritual again. Everyone who knows about it will die. We are the last.
I mean, hypothetically, what if they do? What would you suggest?
It won't.
But I mean, hypothetically, I mean, we're all about to die.
I
You can
understand
entertain
you
this,
having
right?
second guesses, but this is to end it all.
No, I'm good with ending it all. I'm just saying, like, I'm just
No more
curious.
innocent blood will be spilled because of our old masters.
All right, fine, all right. He just kind of like grumbles down, discontented.
Old man versus old man, who wins?
They're both just a bunch of cranky old men arguing.
It's a shame it has to end this way with more blood, but it's the last drop of blood. but no more shall be shed due to my history's mistakes. My children will live on in disguise. This is the end. He looks a little sad for a minute, looking at all of you lovingly.
Live on in the sky.
No,
Okay.
but like a father looks at his children. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, no, still,
Wait,
that's like, oh,
wait.
man.
Children will live on in disguise. Like, I'm loading that.
Yep. Children in disguise.
Trans something.
Blood mages.
Trans mages.
Oh, that too.
Arcanists in disguise. Okay. I'm wondering, like. So I'm gonna see. Let's see where this goes.
Yeah, at this point, Cortana is just watching. He wants to. He was going to try
Or-
to break sync, but now he wants to see how this is actually going to go down.
Out of a bag of holding, he is going to pull out holy symbols to every god imaginable, even the smallest of ones. Here, you would recognize one to the mask. All of you would recognize your own God's holy symbols, everything. And he would lay them out all around him. And he would look up to the skies. This is the last blood that will shed because of my mistakes of the past. I perform the final contract. And he would take his hand and cut it. And he would drop a single drop of his blood on every symbol. I give my life and 499,999 others willingly to seal this knowledge away until every god agrees it to be unsealed. Does any god oppose? None of the symbols move. One does slightly shake, but you can tell every other symbol somehow magically looks at it and it stops. And
Do
you
we
would notice.
recognize as which one that is?
It looks familiar to some of you, but Kier would recognize it instantly. It belongs to a certain darkness symbol.
Oh.
If you know what I mean, Kier.
Wait.
A certain person who's not a god in your timeline. Or so you thought.
Which?
The darkness.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, wait, now I
yeah.
Wow.
The
Okay.
darkness, the shadow
shit,
goblin.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the one that shudders for just a moment, but then disappears. Auragus would finish the rite. All the blood around you would form above you all into a giant living ritual spell. And you would feel your own blood leave your bodies as well. And you feel happy. You feel at ease. Orgris is smiling. Auragus, sorry. And even as all the blood leaves you all, you're still alive for a few moments. And you would all watch this ritual form. Magic surges around you. More power than any of you has ever dreamed of. More power, Cortson, than you felt just mere, moments ago. And you would see a giant beam of magic shoot out into the sky. And as the light fades, so does each of your lives. One by one. And that's the end of the campaign.
Well,
Bazinga!
honestly, Chris, great job.
Yeah, thank you.
No,
Thank you. Now, as you all die, you would look at Orgris, and you would see as he falls to the ground, he would see his eyes grow wide, as one of the symbols has no blood on it.
oh crap! Which one?
The one that shuddered.
Oh.
And the memory would fade. And you all in the back of the hallway.
Well, you know, this could have been really good used to spice up the lectures back at college.
What symbol was that?
Yeah, one of you smart fellers, y'all recognize what that symbol was?
Can I make a religion check?
You can
I'll help him.
get advantage.
I have really low intelligence. You probably have higher than me, but I do have proficiency, so I can
Well,
help you.
Oh, okay, then you help me then, because I have higher intelligence.
Yeah.
I get a.
Yeah, I have
It's
proficiency
religion.
as well, so I can help you.
Religion check. Yep.
Okay, I have a +5, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I'll give help.
Okay.
Or
It's-
whoever
he-
needs the help.
He already has help, so he already has advantage.
Where's our cleric with guidance when we need him?
Yeah, it is rough.
18.
Yeah, guidance.
It's no god you recognize whatsoever.
And considering Chris has high rolls, that's supposed to be a really high roll. What did the symbol look like though exactly?
It was a small silvered medallion that had a certain symbol that you've seen before, belonging to a shadow goblin.
Oh.
Oh God. Same as Boom Bug Goblin.
Oh, time to do some more investigating in the Darkin family.
The DM is making all these squares make a circle.
All these squares make a circle. All the squares make a circle. And that one's still green!
Yeah.
Alright, I don't know. I would have to go and research it, but at least now we know what it looks like.
And we'll enter the next statue next week.
Cool.
Ah.
This is fun.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Or wait, wasn't that the fourth
Dude,
one?
Lore
No, he's done
session!
3.
I love lore
Oh, I
sessions!
thought the kid one was already lit up.
No, so it's lit blue. So you guys are red, the cultists are blue energy. It's just to differentiate the two of you. You have to enter all 4 before the doors will open.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah.
wait, so we have to enter all 4, but we haven't entered a little girl yet, have we?
You have not, no.
Okay.
That's a bad frame of. Oh my God.
Damn it! We're ending the old man and the little girl. Like, there's no way to raise this better.
Well, the old man was a vampire, so it doesn't matter.
Although now when we get back, I have some letters to write in character.
Yeah, you do to certain teachers and everything.
It's like,
Like
Dear teacher, I went into a cave and had a memory of something that is not historically.
I entered an old man and I saw you there.
he's just hanging out in the colon.
Could not have said it better myself.
Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording now.
I'll just wait till next session.